Hey, welcome to Life After Nursing School. I'm your host, Caroline Dana, aka Nurse Coach Caroline, and I'm here to help you, the new nurse, thrive in your career. As a former nurse recruiter, nurse manager, and now your personal new nurse career coach, I'm obsessed with making sure you don't just survive your first couple of years at the bedside. I want you to absolutely rock them. From the challenges to the triumphs, I'll be right here with you, giving you the real-world advice and support that you need to shine. Whether you're in nursing school getting ready for life after, or you're already out there in nurse life feeling overwhelmed or even questioning your confidence, I've got your back. I'll be sharing tips, tricks, resources, and strategies that are just for you. We'll dive into everything from landing that dream nursing job to slaying imposter syndrome, and most importantly, how to keep that spark alive and stay the vibrant and amazing nurse that you are. So if you're ready to tackle the things nursing school did not cover, like how to build a career, trust yourself, and keep your passion strong, then get comfortable because we are about to dive in and make nurse life the best life. Today, I want to talk about Mel Robbins' Let Them theory. I'm sure you heard about it, but if not, I want to break it down for you because I think this concept can change your nursing life. Before we jump in, I just want to thank you for being here, listening to my show, giving me the chance to be a part of your nursing journey. There are a lot of challenges in healthcare and challenges with being a nurse. But I feel like if we can optimize the things that we can control in our profession, we can live a pretty great life. I want to share a quick story with you. My husband is an orthopedic PA, and he told me the other day that he was in the middle of surgery, and one of the surgical techs, shout out to Jess, that he works with is graduating from her nursing program soon. And she was talking about this, I guess. And he said multiple OR nurses recommend that she listen to this podcast. He said he was shocked, and I think he meant it in the best way possible, that these experienced nurses were tuning into the show and speaking so highly of it. And gosh, that honestly means so much to me. Podcasts aren't exactly lucrative, unless you're a big time show. So this has really truly been a passion project for me, kind of in conjunction or in combination with my coaching business for new nurses. So to hear experienced nurses are also finding it valuable literally means the world. So special thank you to Shannon and Kim for listening to the show and recommending it to others. Word of mouth is the best way to build the right community, and I'm so grateful for each and every listener. Okay, let's dive in. Mel Robbins is a best-selling author, a motivational speaker, and known for her science-backed practical strategies for personal growth. She's the creator of the viral 5-second rule and the host of the Mel Robbins podcast, where she shares tools to help people take action and improve their lives. More recently, Mel Robbins wrote The Let Them theory, which is a book built around her now viral mantra, Let Them, Let Me. It teaches that peace comes when you stop managing other people and instead take responsibility for your own actions and emotional boundaries. I read the Let Them theory and I absolutely love it. If you like to read, especially anything that can improve your life kind of on your terms, highly recommend you get this book and you give it a read. Okay, let's break down the Let Them concept. And then after that, we will apply it to commonly lived situations for nurses, okay? All right, so Let Them is about releasing control over other people's actions, choices, and opinions. As humans, we're wired to want to control because honestly, control makes us feel stable, predictable, and safe. But here's the truth. It's pretty much impossible to control other people. Take my kids, for example. If I tell them not to touch something fragile, like an item in a store, glassware, pottery, etc., what is the first thing they do? Yep, they touch all of the breakable things. Often, the more that we try to control someone else, the more they want to push back and do the exact opposite of what we want. And sometimes we don't even realize we're doing it. But if we're being honest here, most of us secretly prefer when the people in our lives do things our way. If someone chooses to behave a certain way, whether it's not inviting you to something or making a decision that you disagree with or acting in a way that you wouldn't necessarily act yourself. Instead of trying to change or convince them, you say to yourself, let them. It's a small reminder that their behavior is about them, not you. And you can protect your peace by letting them be who they are. Let them judge you. Let them flip you off in traffic. Let them talk about you behind your back. At the end of the day, those actions say far more about them than they do about you. And usually they're coming from a place of anger or unhappiness. Don't let it drag you down or dictate your energy. When you say let them to yourself, you're reminding yourself to allow people to feel how they feel, do what they want to do, and act how they act without making it your responsibility to manage or fix. That simple shift creates a sense of freedom and detachment. You feel lighter because you realize this isn't about me and it's not your job to solve that issue or fix that problem. By implementing the let them strategy, you protect your energy and get to redirect it toward something that actually serves you, something that builds you up instead of wears you down. However, saying and implementing the let them action is only the first part of the theory, okay? The second part, and it's honestly my favorite part, is the let me action step. Let me is the flip side of the coin. It's where you actively give yourself permission to be you, to do you, to chase your dreams. And instead of waiting for others to validate you or give you the green light, you tell yourself, let me, and then you follow through. Here are some real life examples. Let me take that trip I've been dreaming about. Let me leave this toxic workplace. Let me rest without guilt. Let me post the content that I want to post. It's about stepping into your own agency and creating the life that you want without needing anyone else's permission. I love this part of the let them theory because giving yourself permission is incredibly empowering. It might sound simple, but literally saying out loud, I deserve this, or I can do this, is very powerful. The let me step also helps you channel your energy in a positive, uplifting, and inspiring direction and focus on what you can control, which is yourself and your life. So, as a quick recap, the let them theory is a two-part mental shift. The first, let them, releases control of others. The second part is let me, which takes full ownership of your own choices. Now, let's apply this to life as a nurse. I'm going to share 5 common situations you might have already experienced or could possibly run into in the future and show you how this theory can make a difference. Okay, let me set the scene for scenario 1. You're a new grad nurse still searching for your first job, but it feels like everyone else has already landed one. One of your closest friends just scored her dream ICU position and she hasn't stopped talking about it. Sure, it's a little insensitive, but you know it's coming from a place of excitement. Still, the constant conversation feels like a neon reminder that you don't have a job yet, and it leaves you wondering if you ever will. This is such a common situation among new grads that I coach and hear from on social media. Many of you have told me how discouraging the job market feels right now, so I hope the let them theory can help you stay positive. In this situation, the let them step is about letting your friend be happy. Let her be excited. Just because she landed a job doesn't mean that you won't. Your opportunity will come too, and it may even be worth the wait. When you make your friends win about you, it strains the friendship. Instead, let her beam with excitement and celebrate her moment. Then comes the let me step. Let me take space from conversations or social media that spike my anxiety around job searching. This might mean muting certain social media accounts or stepping back from new grad online forums where job offers are constantly being posted. If you leave an interaction, online or in person, feeling worse about yourself or your situation, it's a sign to set boundaries. Other let me actions in this situation could be let me keep applying for jobs. Let me network and make new connections. Let me prepare for upcoming interviews. Let me update my resume. Let me build my confidence and mindset so I'm ready when the opportunity arrives. And here's the thing. I believe the universe has a way of working things out. If your path to a job feels slower or harder, there's probably a reason. You were meant for something else, something different. So trust that timing. Okay, time for the next scenario. It's your day off and you have nothing planned. Just a relaxed, easy day after a busy shift yesterday. Maybe you'll run a few errands or you'll hit the gym or even binge the new season of Love Island. No big agenda, just a day to breathe. Then your phone rings. It's your employer, maybe the staffing office or charge nurse or even your manager. You answer and they tell you that they're short-staffed. Someone called out, the floor is full, and they ask, can you come in? Your heart sinks. You know from yesterday that the floor is heavy, the patient acuity is high, and the guilt starts to creep in as you picture your coworkers struggling without you. Been there? I know I have. Here's where the let them step comes in. Let them figure out staffing. Let them call other team members. Let them try to pressure you into picking up a shift. The reality is, staffing issues will always exist, and it's not your problem or your job to solve them. One extra shift won't fix the larger problem for the unit and for staffing. Now, let's pivot to the let me step. Let me politely decline. Let me give myself permission to rest and enjoy the laid back day that I had been looking forward to. Let me remember that picking up extra could leave me more tired than usual, increasing my risk for burnout. Let me put myself first. I once heard a quote that really stuck with me. Saying yes to something means saying no to something else. If you say yes to working extra, you might be saying no to getting your chores done, which leaves you scrambling for the week. You might be saying no to the rest that your body needs, which leaves you cranky and overtired. And sometimes you're simply saying no to yourself and what you truly want by saying yes to going in and working extra. This sends a message to your brain that you're not a priority. And that's the exact opposite of self-love and self-care. Okay, let's move on to another common nurse life situation. You're on the unit and it's a busy day. Your most emotionally demanding patient is unhappy. She's asked you to get another pain medication ordered. You paged the doctor twice, but haven't heard back. You explain to her that you're waiting for the doctor's response and that it's not within your scope of practice to order medications yourself. She's furious. She tells you to get out of her room and demands to speak to the charge nurse. The charge nurse goes in, talks with her, and then comes out to tell you that the patient has in fact fired you. If you haven't heard that term before, it means that the patient has requested a different nurse. And yes, patients do have the right to do that. Here's where the let them step comes in. Let them fire you. Let them be unhappy with your care. You did your job, followed your scope, and advocated for them appropriately. In my 13 years of nursing, I've noticed the patients who fire a nurse mid-shift are often the most demanding and have unrealistic expectations. These are usually challenging, exhausting patients, so if they're reassigned, it might actually lighten your workload for the rest of the day. Now, the let me step. Let me not take it personally. Let me pour my energy into patients who understand my role and collaborate in their care. Let me remind myself that not being liked by every patient does not make me less of a nurse. Let me appreciate the easier assignment I've just been given. And remember, I'm probably not the only nurse this patient will fire today. Okay, next scenario. You're charge nurse today and it's a busy day. Maybe you're short staffed, maybe patient acuity is through the roof. Either way, the unit is running at full speed. You get a call from the ER and admission is on its way to your floor. You look over the unit and everyone's assignment. The next turn for an admission belongs to a seasoned nurse who's known for being cranky and always overwhelmed. You double check the assignments. Yep, it is still, in fact, her turn to take this admission. You approach her. She's busy, but so is everyone else. She's avoiding eye contact, moving quickly, clearly trying to look swamped. You tell her the admission is going into her assigned room. She lets out a big sigh, rolls her eyes, and says, "Really? No one else can take it? I haven't even seen my other patient yet." You ask if any of her patients are critical, and she says no, they're just demanding. You remind her that it's her turn, and she throws her hands up before stomping away. Here's the let them step. Let her be disgruntled. Let her be frustrated. This isn't about you. If it wasn't the admission, it would probably be another task that she'd be complaining about. And the let me step. Let me remember that I reviewed the assignments fairly and it is her turn. Being charged means balancing patient flow even when it's uncomfortable. Let me continue to do my job with fairness. If I'm in a good spot, maybe I'll help settle the admission, but I'm not required to take on her workload. The admission is hers to manage. Her frustration and passive-aggressive behavior have nothing to do with me and everything to do with her own mindset. Okay, last scenario that I want to review today. You've just clocked out from night shift. It's Sunday morning and you're back tonight for your second weekend shift. You're driving home, picturing that glorious moment when you can finally sink into your bed and sleep. Then your mom calls. She says the family decided to go out to Sunday brunch for your grandmother's birthday. You explain you worked last night and you're working again tonight and you really need to sleep. She sighs and says, "Well, that's a shame. Could be your grandmother's last birthday." Here's the let them step. Let your mom be disappointed. Let her try to nudge or guilt you into coming. Here's the let me step. Let me remember she's not trying to be mean. She loves me, she loves my grandmother, and she loves having the whole family together. But that doesn't change the fact that sleep is a non-negotiable. You wouldn't invite her to a midnight party and expect her to attend cheerful and rested. So let me wish them a wonderful brunch, end the call, silence my phone, and get the rest that I need. Communicating your boundaries clearly with kindness is part of self-care. And sometimes that's the best gift that you can give yourself and your loved ones. So there you have it, Mel Robbins, Let Them Theory in action. At its core, it's a two-part mindset shift that can truly change the way that you experience your nursing career and your life. First, let them, which releases the need to control other people's actions, emotions, and opinions. When you stop taking responsibility for things that aren't yours to fix, you free up mental and emotional space. Next comes the let me step. This gives yourself permission to live in alignment with your values, goals, and needs. Whether it's protecting your rest, setting boundaries, or pursuing something that you've been putting off, let me is how you take back your energy and direct it toward what matters most to you. For nurses, this let me theory can be quite life-changing. We work in high-pressure environments where demands are constant and expectations can feel endless. This theory reminds us that we don't have to absorb every frustration, every request, or every emotion around us. Instead, we can choose where to place our focus and energy, which not only protects our well-being, but also makes us better for our patients and team. If today's episode resonated with you, I'd love for you to help me keep these conversations going. Follow the show so that you never miss an episode. Leave a rating or review to help me know what you actually think of the show. And if you have a friend or coworker who could use this reminder, please share this episode with them. Your support helps this community grow, and it truly means the world to me. As always, I have one hand for me and the other for you. Signing off. Well, that's it for today's episode of Life After Nursing School. I hope you feel more confident and ready to tackle the challenges that come with starting your nursing career. Remember, the first year or two might not be easy, but with the right mindset, you can overcome anything. If you found value in today's episode, I'd love for you to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a future episode. Also, please consider leaving a review on your favorite podcast platform. It helps so much in reaching other new nurses like you. Thanks for listening, and remember, you've got this. Take care and see you next time.